Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. My name is Zarklin, and I just wanted to take a minute and talk about Diablo 3, particularly coming back to Diablo 3 in 2019. Here we are, November, nearing the end of Season 18, and I haven't played since Season 4 in any seriousness. I mean, I played the heck out of it on the PS4 for a while, and I'm actually really excited to come back. I mean, maybe it's the D4 announcement hype, but I was looking at coming back and looking at some of the stuff for Season 19 even before they announced that. I really hope that the D4 hype reinvigorates the community and we get a ton of people pouring back into Sanctuary because, let's face it, it's awesome. And to me, I mean, the Diablo franchise, I absolutely love it. I mean, D2, Lord of Destruction, I think that was the first time I pulled an all-nighter just fueled on Mountain Dew and hopes and dreams for some sort of crazy drop for my barb. So when Diablo 3 came out, oh my god was I hyped. I mean, pre-ordered, standing in line, day one, ran home, jumped in the campaign, blew through it as fast as I possibly could, and then nothing. I just stopped. It didn't have the same hook for me to just keep grinding and grinding and grinding. I don't know if it was, because my kid was so young and I was still dealing with that, if it was the community. It was just, the story was great. I loved it. I loved seeing Deckard again, and I mean, come on, we got to go up to the gates of heaven and everything was just annihilated. It just kind of ended for me. So when Reaper of Souls came out, jumped back in, got the collector's edition and said, yeah, here we go. More story, let's do this. And it just kind of stopped. So when I found out they were doing seasons, I, jumped in season 4, ran a Crusader, had a great time. And for some reason, I just didn't have the staying power. And looking at the builds I've seen people post for the PTR for Season 19, especially for the Barbarian, because I played a Whirlwind Barbarian in Diablo 2, I'm crazy hyped. Definitely running a Barb, just gonna spin around and destroy absolutely everything on screen, because that's, what you do. But all that aside, I think it is a absolute perfect time for people to come back into Diablo 3. With the hype from D4, I think the player base is going to expand. It tends to. It may rubber band a bit. It'll shoot up with everybody that's still riding the Blizzcon high and then go down, because let's face it, we probably have at least 2 years until D4 comes out, which part of me is apprehensive because I'm really hoping now that, cat's out of the bag, D4's coming, that they're still going to put consistent effort into Diablo 3 and into the seasons. Given the fact that there's still people playing D2, I'm hoping that support for D3 continues to roll forward even when D4 comes out. Leave me a comment, or have you played in a while? If you came to this video, or I'm assuming you're considering coming back in D3 to D3 in 2019, and maybe you're looking for me to convince you. Well, I can tell you this, for me, this game, this style of game, Diablo having its special place for me that it does, this is the perfect game for me right now. My kid's getting older, but we're still very busy. So the 15-20 minutes after he's in bed that I can jump in, play part of the season, do some rift runs, even off season, it's great because I can get in, I can do a run, and I'm done. I can still accomplish things, I can still feel like I'm making progress, but it doesn't take hours and hours and hours, and I don't have to coordinate with anybody. I loved World of Warcraft. The days of me pulling an all-night raid and scheduling with, other people are pretty much out. And if you're in the same boat, come on. I mean, Diablo's freaking fantastic. You still get some awesome battles. You can run a lot of stuff solo. You can still get that progression, chase the carrot on a stick, whatever it is that tickles your fancy, that keeps you clicking over and over and over and over again. Come back, give it a shot. Hell, jump on console. I mean, it was great. That was some of the best couch co-op I had played in years, was playing Reaper of Souls on console. I think it's a great franchise. I think it's a great time to come back. Get a hold of your old buddies that you used to play with back in the D2 days, if that was you, and give it a go. I think we got great things ahead of us. I think Blizzard is really starting to get back into the stride of what made Blizzard the Blizzard that we all knew and loved in the early 2000s. I hope to see you around Sanctuary. Thanks for stopping by and listening to my little rant. Get out there, slay some demons. We'll see you in Sanctuary.